Are we ready? Yes? Okay. I found these little bean planters at our local Big R store. And so I thought I'd give them a try and see how well they work. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to set these up, we're going to fill them with compost, and we're going to plant some Chinese Red Noodle Beans in them. Well, maybe this is a little easier than what it looks. Okay. The instructions say, just open up this little bag. Oh, look, it has drainage holes in the bottom. Oh, isn't that cute? I wondered how it was going to drain out of there. Hope they don't blow away while you're setting them up. And I'm going to put this piece of cardboard in the bottom because I assume that's what it's for. If nothing else, it'll help hold it steady. I'm going to set it right there. Then I'm going to get some of this compost, fill it up. This should give the beans plenty of nutrients. Looks like it's kind of losing its shape there a little bit. Alright. It's supposed to be round, so the trellis that goes in it fits in it right. About one more scoop, I think. We ought to be pretty filled. Okay. Then I'm going to take my little shovel here. Just kind of map that out. And there is our trellis. Looks like it has these little ties to help hold it down. Those are flying across the yard. You know what I don't see with this is a bamboo pole. So it looks like I may have to look around the garden here and see if I've got a bamboo pole someplace, which I'm sure I do. Set this right in there, like that, and you're going to put a bamboo post in the center and pull it up. Let me see if I can look around real quick and find one and put these little things in here to help hold it into the soil. Just like that. Let me see if I can go over here and find a bamboo post. Alright, I found my bamboo post and I've got that in there. Let's see. Oops. Okay, well that doesn't look like it's going to work so well, does it? That goes right in the center hole up there. And then I guess we'll pull this down and see if we can secure it once again. This compost is so soft compared to what typical ground would be, that may be part of our problem. And then I think just to help secure it, because it's not wanting to stay here, I am going to add just a little bit of soil on the top. Just use my hands to rake a little bit of it over to help hold it in place. And then once I get it semi-secured, oops, there it goes leaning over. Alright. quite like they said, and there was no instructions on the package. So what we did was we emptied all the soil out, and we put the little hooks through the holes in the bottom into the ground to hold this in place. And then I put the center hook in, which I could not get clear through to the ground because there was no hole in this. I probably should have cut a hole, but I didn't. And then I put 2 small bamboo posts, as you can see, on the outside going into the ground to hold this in place. And then I smooshed the soil down around the center of this to help secure it and filled it up. So now we're going to try to plant our Chinese red noodle beans. These are the Chinese red noodle beans. And of course you'll want a plant marker. So you remember what you planted here. You're going to stick the plant marker in, open your package, and you're going to plant these 1 inch deep, about every 4 inches, all the way around this. So here we go. Okay. I like to lay mine on the ground, just so I can see them. Alright. And I just go through and I poke them in. Normally you would need to water this as soon as you plant it, but I know we're expecting a week's worth of rain starting today. I kind of pat the soil down so it's not just loose. And then we'll wait for them to come up. Alright, well, as you know, we had problems with trellis setup number 1. So here's what we did with number 2, and it seems to be working a whole lot better, and I bet it'll stay up better. We may have to take that one back down and redo it. I cut a hole in the bottom of the bag in the center, and we attached this to the bottom of this bamboo post. Then we put the bag up over the bamboo post, and then we shoved it to the ground. Look how much sturdier this one is. Okay? Now, and then I staked it at the bottom with the 3 little stakes through the holes that were pre-cut. And now I'm just going to fill it with some compost here. This is some really nice compost. These Chinese red noodle beans are supposed to grow 18 inches long. And I think if they're going to do it, this is the soil they're going to do it in. Nice rich compost. You just can't get any better soil than that. Okay, and I'm going to stop for a second just to tamp this down. Right there around that center bamboo post. Just to help secure it a little more. We get some pretty high winds through here. Would have been nice if this thing would have came out. Especially since this is the kind of thing that maybe someone new to gardening would buy, try out. Or somebody that just had a little patio garden or something like that. Okay. You should always keep your tools right with you. I have a tendency to just spread them out wherever I'm at. Spread that around there. And I'll put 1 or 2 more scoops on, just to bring it up to the top. See what that does. That actually looks pretty good. So again, I'm going to take this tag and I'm going to put it in. You should always have your tags pre-made or take your garden marker and your tags into the garden with you so you don't forget what you planted. You may not recognize the seedlings when they come up if you don't. And then you're going to have a hard time distinguishing the seeds from weeds. You wouldn't want to pull your plants up after you've worked this hard to get them. Alright, so I'm going to take a few of these Chinese Red Noodle Beans, and the package says to plant them 1 to 2 inches deep, 4 to 6 inches apart. Since I'm in a container and I've got plenty of good soil, I'm going to plant mine 1 inch deep and 4 inches apart approximately. And I'm going to just set them on top of the soil around the trellis, so when they grow, they won't have any problem grabbing the trellis. Just going to set them like that so I can see exactly where the beans are. Okay. Then I'm going to put the rest of the beans back in the packet, because these will keep for another planting or even for next year. Then I'm going to go around and I'm going to push these little bean seeds into the ground. Now once this is done, you should water. I'm not going to worry about watering because we're expecting rain today and a week's worth of water, so these will get plenty of natural water. And then I'm just going to kind of pack the soil down like this, just to kind of secure everything. And that's it. We'll just wait for the beans to climb up the pole and see if we get the 18-inch long Chinese Red Noodle Beans.